Himran from class IEM M5, and today I'll be debating a topic on whether drugs should or should not be decriminalized. In the United States, a person being in possession of any controlled substance can be convicted on federal charges, facing penalties and fines. The article by the Drug Policy Alliance illustrates that, as of today, the United States has approximately 50,000 people imprisoned in the state's facilities for the offense of small quantities of drugs. Tens of thousands more are in jails on probation or sent to prison for a technical violation of probation or parole involving drug use and possession. So should or should not drugs be decriminalized to reduce the population in jail facilities? Absolutely. Decriminalization can help to decrease the overcrowding in prison by not penalizing individuals caught with a small amount of one person use drug and by seeing them as a person in need of assistance up to rehabilitation. To sympathize, on the Drug Policy Alliance article, courts cannot lift prison sentences, meaning convicted persons aren't allowed to attend college or to continue their jobs. These past errors prevent opportunities in many fields of employment or profession and are even possibly listed on application for employment or admission to graduate or profession schools, when in contrast, they have every right to enter. Well, while viewing drug users with sympathy and respecting their need for assistance and rehabilitation is crucial, it is undoubtedly, too, important to consider the possible outcome of shifting this approach entirely. Drugs should not be decriminalized even though they could potentially reduce jail population, as redirecting individuals from prison to rehabilitation facilities, while well-intentioned, could also realistically cause overcrowding in those rehabilitation centers. Such overcrowding might strain resources, reduce the effectiveness of the treatment programs, and even distract from the personalized attention that individuals require on their journey to recovery. In the perspective of economics, drug decriminalizing can both lead to positive and negative effects. The Cato Institute reported by Jeffrey Miron approximate that drug decriminalization would annually produce tax revenue of $46.7 billion, presumably if legal drugs were taxed at rates comparable to those of alcohol and tobacco. In contrast, if drugs were decriminalized, there would also be costs and resources used too. So with this information, what are the positive and negative effects of decriminalizing drugs? Recent research done by the Cato Institute, after approximating factors based on the federal, state, and local budgets, found that the outcome of decriminalizing drugs could possibly lead to a better United States economy. After the decriminalization of drugs, the government expenditures would decrease to roughly $41.3 billion annually. Additionally, decriminalizing drugs could likely create a new revenue budget, which will help to alleviate law enforcement costs and resources and stimulate job growth in the related industries too. In 2016, the National Center for Drug Abuse did research on the cost of treatment for patients seeking drug rehabilitation services in a said year. As a few illustrations show, the number of patients enrolled in the rehabilitation programs and the cost of the rehabilitation programs per person were significantly high. So if a country decides to redirect drug users toward government-funded rehabilitation centers, it could lead to a significant financial burden. This, in turn, might have a widespread effect on the economy of a said country. To contain the cost of the shift and to support the move toward decriminalizing drug use, there's a possibility that taxes would need to be raised in order to accommodate these factors too. Drug decriminalization can both face satisfying outcome or negative backlash when it comes to the problem of teenagers and drug use. While decriminalization allows government to prioritize drug education and prevention rather than solely relying on enforcement, it also could possibly encourage drug use among the youth too. So, how would drug decriminalization affect the youngsters? Decriminalization may assist in lowering the stigma attached to drug use. Teenagers in particular may be more likely to seek support and assistance when drug use is viewed as a health issue rather than a criminal offense, as opposed to hiding their drug use out of concern for possible legal repercussion. Additionally, funds formerly devoted to criminal justice and incarceration could redistribute to support drug education and treatment initiatives. Teenagers may become more aware of these dangers and repercussions of drug use. As a result, they may also have easier access to treatment if they do become addicted to drugs too. Decriminalizing drug use to encourage drug use among the youth, referring to a study done by the National Parents Resources Institute for Drug Education, or the PRIDE. In 1997, these results are associated with crimes committed by adolescents from the age of 11 to 18. For example, with people who are on cocaine, around 37.2% carried a gun to school, around 19.4% threatened to harm others, and another 7.8% participated in gang activities. These results were also based on when drugs were not decriminalized. As you can see, even at time that drugs were decriminalized, the percentage of youngsters committing drug-related crimes were already high. By decriminalizing drugs, this will give even more access and freedom to teenagers to gain access to hard-to-reach drugs, which could lead to teen increasing drug-associated crime rates even more.